beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations, and I'm Nova, and I am so happy to see you today. I hope you guys are doing awesome. It is WIP Wednesday, so let me know down in the comments if you would like to, what you are working on. I am almost finished with the thing I mentioned yesterday, which I'm not trying to be coy because I am going to show it to you. And then also, I think I might have picked out the yarns for my hooker versus hooker make. So if you guys don't remember, I can't tell you what I'm making. I can't show you what I'm making throughout the month. I will be able to show you at the end of the month when this is all over with. Or you can also come and watch the hooker versus hooker video live stream over on Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming channel. That'll be like right at the beginning of next month, probably like the 1st, probably. I don't know. That's just my guess. But I will definitely keep you guys informed and up to date on all that stuff as I know the infos. So today I'm going to show you guys the yarn that I'm potentially using. Maybe subject to change, maybe not. And I am going to show you guys what I've been working on. So I've got, let me finagle it out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna pop up a picture over here. I am working on a thing for a hashtag Mix and Match Challenge 2024 that is being hosted by Cassandra over on Craftively Ever After channel. I've mentioned it before. She is doing a little challenge, and it goes till the end of this month, by the way, so if you are wanting to join in, you still can. But we did voting where people submitted drawings, everything from like little kids drawings to like adults drawings, and we were going to interpret the drawing that won into crochet. So it could be it could have been anything really, and we all voted on it, and this is what was ended up being chosen, which is this cat wearing overalls and a mushroom cap or a mushroom hat. So how does this work? Well, we don't have a pattern. We don't have any like requirements for yarns to use or patterns to use or anything like that. The whole goal is to look at this picture and use your own interpretation of what that should look like in crochet. So you can do that any way you want. You can find patterns that you think look like it and kind of mash them together. You could find a pattern that looks really similar and then modify it, or you could go totally freehand and just kind of do your best to replicate the look. I ended up trying going totally freehand with it. I'm really happy with how it's coming out so far, and I wanted to show you guys what it's looking like. So here is my little mush cat. So I'm not quite finished with it. You may notice it is missing a few features, but this is what it's looking like. I need to make more spots for its hat. I need to make its tail, and I need to make its ears. But this is my little mush cat. I think it is so cute. I'm really, really happy with the way that the face came out. I think that it looks just like the face of that cat, which I was so concerned about. I was like, oh, what if I can't get that face to look like that? If the face doesn't look like that, it's not gonna look like the cat. So here is just like a little zoom in moment for you guys. I'm doing something a little different with my lighting today, so I'm trying to figure out the best way to show you guys things. But here is the mush cat face and hat, and then here's its little overalls. And one of my favorite features is I gave it a little belly. So it's got a little belly in its overalls. When I looked at the picture for this cat, I definitely saw like it would have a little pudgy belly. That was like my interpretation. So that was one of the things when I was working up the body before I ever made the overalls or the hat or any of that stuff. The goal for me was to get that body shape as close as I could, and I wanted it to have that little pudgy belly. So and then the arms, I ended up working in, working them in as I went, and not in the way that I usually do, where I fold them over and then just single crochet right through the sandwich of the arm being like sandwiched together at the top. if that makes sense. I actually used a method that I've only done like once or twice, which is crocheting part of the arm into one round, going around, you know, and then continuing to crochet the arm in subsequent rounds. So you usually crochet the arm in over 2 rounds rather than one round. And then also, you know, it's going to take a little bit of decreasing and whatnot around that area to make it work. I'm so happy with how that came out. I think it looks super duper cute. So I worked together a couple different yarns, which I actually used all of the ball of yarn that I was using for the fuzzy part of this. I do have more of it, thankfully. I'll have to get it out though for the last few things that I need to do. But it is a discontinued Hobby Lobby yarn. It's like this fuzzy glittery thing. I love it so much. It is one of my favorite yarns. Unfortunately, it is discontinued though. And then I was using a little tiny cake. I had showed these to you guys. If I have pictures in my phone still, I will make sure I put them in the video. But I did show them to you in the video where I talked about this last time, where it was nowhere near this far done. And I was telling you guys I was gonna run out of that one like little cake. And I was like, well, when I run out of it, maybe I'll use the other little cake that's technically a different shade of white, because they were just like these little sweet minis. That's what they were, Yarn Bee sweet minis, and they come with like 3 different little tiny cakes. And the particular one I had like an off-white cream kind of color, and then like a brown tannish color, and then a white, which is what I used for this. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just have to kind of switch colors of white. I am double stranding it, hopefully you won't notice, but I found this in my yarn scraps, and it was like the exact same type of like thickness. Like, it's not a very thick yarn. It was the exact same color. This yarn is very soft and stretchy. I don't know what this is, but this was in my yarn scraps. This came from like a secondhand purchase of some sort. I can't remember where it came from. It was just in my scrap rug project thing that I'm working on passively over time. Sometimes when I buy like secondhand yarn, I will just toss yarns into there that I'm like, I don't think I'll like, I don't know what I'll use this for. I'll throw it in there to put in the blanket or the rug. But this one actually came in clutch, and basically like the whole head is done in that. So I don't know if you guys can see the sparkles super well. Trying to keep the lighting situation good. But, and then I also did the hat in Varsity Red from Big Twist. And then the Big Twist sparkle yarn, I did the white. And once again, I'm not sure how much you guys can tell the glitter, the glittery effect of it, but it is glittery, and I will post pictures too. So I was so tempted to do the hat in a sparkly yarn too. I actually had a sparkly red picked out, but then I noticed this Varsity Red and I was like, that is perfect. Like, that is like spot on what I imagined. There's a fuzzy. Okay, there we go. Spot on what I imagined. And yeah, I'm super loving it. I worked up the legs, like did the legs separately and then connected them, worked them up, and then attached back on, did this. Yeah, so I will insert any clips or videos that I have as I'm talking probably. So here is my progress so far on this little mushroom bunny. I worked up the body and I gave it a little belly. And then I worked up these overalls, and I'm currently working on the head, but I need to stop and do some embroidery for the face. So I got into my yarn scraps and I grabbed this pink for the nose and the sparkly black for like the mouth and the eyes. I'm gonna do little sleepy eyes like the drawing has, but I think it is looking pretty dang cute so far. And then I picked out the yarns for the hat. I'm going to be using this red, Varsity Red by Big Twist, and this, if I can grab it without knocking over my polyfill bag, this sparkly white, which is a Big Twist Twinkle in the colorway of white. So this is going to be for the spots on the hat. So I do try to take like little process updates, but this is actually pretty large. Like if you guys can't tell, I actually made this pretty big and I love it. It's very, very sturdy because of the double stranding that I did. I don't know if you guys ever have crochet that works up like this, where like the particular yarns, the size of hook and everything that you use makes this very, very firm. Yeah, this is super duper firm, but I love it. So that is my update on the hashtag Mix and Match Challenge 2024. I will link Cassandra's channel in the description box below if you are interested in checking that out. Like I said, you do have until the end of May. So if you want to join in, you still have time. So as far as my yarns for hooker versus hooker go, I'm thinking I will use, because the colors are green, white, and yellow. So I'm thinking I will use this for the green, this for the white, and these are both Yarn Bee Adorable in white and mint charm. And then for the yellow, I'm thinking I will do either this sparkly big twist or this Red Heart Super Saver brushed. I'm not sure which one yet. I will play it by ear. Probably the sparkly yarn. But yeah, so those are the yarns I'm planning on using. I really can't say too much about that project currently, just because it is May's Hooker versus Hooker that I'm a part of, and I can't tell anybody about it. It's all top secret. But at the end of the month, when I finish my Hooker versus Hooker live stream and all that stuff, I will definitely show you guys what I ended up coming up with. It will be a baby item, and it will be yellow, green, and white, and I can only use one yarn of yellow, one yarn of green, one yarn of white. So like if I wanted to use the sparkly and the brushed, I can't use both. So that's what I've got going on. If you guys are working on something, let me know down below what you're working on. I hope you guys are having a great week. We are approaching summer, or at least in my mind we are. I'm like, you know, when June hits, we're hitting summer. That's like my mind. It is super hot here already though in Texas, at least where I live in Texas. It is in the 80s, so it's summer weather already. I don't really go outside ever, so it's not in my house. In my apartment, it's not summer. In my apartment, I am still having spring, thank you. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got to show you today. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. I will see you guys again real soon. Bye, guys.